What is up, everybody? Dark.Pch here. I am going to be making a new series of tutorial videos, basically covering the basics of Princess Peah for anybody that was a player for the first time, because I have made a lot of tutorials and I made a playlist. If you guys are interested, you can check that out. That will be in the description below. I feel like it was kind of disorganized. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting from the basics, moving to, an immediate level of playing Peach, and then the advanced pro level of playing this character. So that way, you'll understand everything, and, you can practice things one step at a time, and then, step the game up. But with that said, let's get right to it. This video right here, this segment is going to be an overview on the Princess of the Mission Kingdom. Alright, so here we go. When playing Princess Peach, right? Your main goal is to slow your opponent down and kind of force them to block. That is your main goal when playing Peach. Why? I'll tell you why. A few reasons. One, that move right there, or fair, if you see how long it takes me to block? Like, if you don't immediately jump and then fair like that, you have to jump and then fair immediately. If you don't do it, you'll be left open. Because unlike Brawl, they changed it. You can't fall whenever you want and then, block. And on top of that, this move is very slow. It's a slow move. It's like 17 frames, I think, something like that. I believe it's 17. But it's a slow move. So trying to go in with this, or trying to go in with this, which is not as slow as a fair, but she is open from the waist up. A lot of characters, such as Sonic, Captain Falcon, they can just jump in on you with nairs. Any character that has a move with range and is quick, they can just jump in on her for free for doing this, and you'll just get hit. Or even if the move is not that quick, moves like Ike's Fair, Shulk's Fair, and Nair, they can just hit Peach out of it because she's kind of open. So a lot of one of the most basic habits for Peach players is they're like, oh yeah, this is really good. So if something is good, the mentality, obviously they're gonna keep using it without taking into considerations the weaknesses or the bad things about certain moves. Like, yes, this is good, you can evade a lot of attacks, and then you get a free, you can kind of approach with a multi-hitting move, and then release your shield pressure. Yes, that is good. But the bad thing about it is you're open from the waist up. That approach is kind of slow, and typical in any character that has range on their aerials or speed or a little bit of both can pretty much snuff her out of it. And this too, this is, if you're jumping into your opponent that has a fast move and you're both jumping in at each other at the same time, he's most likely going to win this battle. Even if you kind of space it to a certain degree, you'll most likely get hit. So that's the most common thing with a lot of Peach players. They like to do this too much as a typical approach, and then do that, and against smart players, they're just gonna bait it out of you, and then you're just gonna be getting tossed around. So what you want to do is basically, you need a turn up, right? Turn up and kind of force your opponent to either block, or you can jump back and either force some type of reaction, and then after they throw out a move, they're open. So when they're open, you can go in, and then after you go in, you have options. There's many ways to pressure with this character. I will have the description, the link in my description below on ways to approach with Princess Peach. I made a video about that. So if you guys are interested in how to approach with her, I suggest you check that out after watching this video here. So with that, that's pretty much whenever you can get a turn up, get one. And when you go near your opponent, another common habit is when people go near their opponent, they just throw it right away, and then just try to go in. They just do that and then try to go in with that. Don't throw it right away, because again, if your opponent thinks that you're gonna throw it, again, they're probably gonna be blocking, or they're gonna be doing this. So act like you're going to throw it, and then you can either back away or do that, or as long as you're floating and you have the item, you can do your aerial. So you can do that, space a fair, and then pull back. And right there, your opponent won't be able to tell when you're going to swing. And this movement right here is really good when you have an item in your hand, because again, it's tricky. Your opponent can't tell what you're gonna do. Now you can throw out an attack whenever you want, or you can, you know, throw the turn up. So your opponent has to guess. And while they're guessing and you're near them, you can catch them probably doing silly things like panicking to attacks, panicking to air dodges, jumps. And if you're right there and you're not doing anything, as long as you're out of their attack range and they do something, you get a free approach or a free counter attack. Or you can, you know, force them to block, and then when you force them to block, you know, you can go in for shield pressure, which I'll cover that in future videos. But yeah, that's generally the whole mindset of when playing Peach. You can't really just go in. You can't go in like that. And you can't try to go in like that, because again, those options are slow. Yes, they're good options, like, you know, her fair, you know, it has good range, and you know, the freaking KO potential is good. And then her there, you know, you can evade a lot of ground attacks, and they're going for this. Yes, that is all good. That is all good. But you have to take into the consideration that all good things come with a price. The price of a fair, it is slow, and if you fall at the wrong time, you're left open. The price of a there is that it's not that fast. It doesn't have a lot of horizontal range, and she's open from the waist up. So a lot of characters, if you're doing that, if they have range, especially sword type characters, they can just jump in on you for free, literally for free, and you'll just get hit. So that's pretty much the general mindset. So just to wrap things up right quick, with playing Peach, you want to like try to slow your opponent down, especially for characters fast. If you have a fast character, pretty much if you're fighting a fast character, you know, use turn-ups. You can throw out a few dares here and there, but don't really try to go in too much. You wanna, you know, try to slow them down. You know, space a few aerials. If anything, try to, if you see them, you know, always backing away, like, you know, they're putting themselves to the ledge, try to corner them towards the ledge, so that way, if you're at this range, they don't have enough room to breathe. So especially if you got a turn up in your hand, you know, you can move in and out a little bit. And if they swing, you're pretty much at a closer range where you can get an approach and, you know, punish. Compared to like if you're always over here. Now they have all this room to run left and right, and you have to play a guessing game. So if you can keep center stage or stay a little bit close to them out of attack range, and they're near the ledge, especially when you have a turn up, you know, you can do things like that, and then throw it, re-grab it, do that, and then, you know, grab them, you know, whatever you want, man. You got options. You got options with this character. And I do apologize if the sound is a little distinct with the video. I am using OBS, and for some reason the video with the console is delayed about like a second or two. If anybody has any advice on what I can do about that when it comes to local recordings, hit me a message or hit me in the comments below. And I do appreciate that in advance for the help. So yeah, I think that's the basic rundown of Princess Peach, on how to play her, what you should look out for, and all that jazz. So if you have any questions, if there was something you didn't understand, you can send me a message or leave comments below, and I will do my best to answer them if there's everything that I missed. But I believe this was a pretty generic, basic rundown on Princess Peach. How to, you know, how you should play her, and, you know, this and that. Now the next thing we're going to look at is her attacks in my next video. We're going to be looking at her attacks, how to auto cancel, the uses of it, all that. So with that said, thank you all for watching. Hope this helps you out a lot. And yeah, I go kick some ass. Okay, bye.